think from the opening defensive possessions, probably the first 7 or 8, I felt like we were disruptive. They weren't getting to their first and second options, even though we weren't scoring early on. We like to call it a kill when you get 3 defensive stops in a row. And we had 2 of those in the first half, and we had an opportunity for 2 more. So I felt good about that. What was nice was we married some of that to good offense, and not just putting up 44 points, but the percentage, the quality of those shots. I thought Erica Wheeler did an excellent job. I don't know how many points she had, but for me it was 6 assists, I think 5 rebounds and 2 turnovers. When you're playing with pace, that's something that's really difficult to do. And then you're also guarding, Sue Bird. You're chasing people. I will say this, we stayed in the locker room at halftime and came out a little flat, but for me it's the bounce back. We bounced back, and we had several players step up, with the absence of Breon January. Wheeler gets extended minutes, and I have Poland, who's my laser shooter, having to play the point, and it didn't disrupt us any. I could name several players. I thought Mitchell, she thought she struggled early on, but I thought she was good defensively. I would be remiss if I didn't mention Natalia Chanwa. Just her poise and her intellect for a post player is helpful. And we'll enjoy this until about 10:30, 11 tonight. And we'll pack it up, head to D.C., and try to duplicate it.
Dupree had her first double-double as a Fever player. She's been scoring all season long. How critical were her rebounds today, and did you guys focus on that intentionally?
It's here in our locker room. And that's the first thing that one of the coaches said, that she had 12 rebounds. And we talked to the team about rebounding because Seattle shoots a lot of long balls, and normally your guards rebound. But I saw Candace extending and tipping and making a second effort, and that's what she's capable of doing. It's not about her vertical. It's not about her height. It was just, she just kept competing. And that's what the really, really good players do, especially when you're going up against a team like Seattle. And Stewie, she's matched up against Stewie, but she managed to make herself relevant in every aspect of the game.
Kind of going off that, Stewart only had a point in the fourth quarter after 12 in the third. How big was Candace's defense there at the end of the game?
It was huge, and I will say this, it starts with Candace. And then, Seattle runs some really good actions. They spaced the floor really well. They try to adjust to your schemes. And so we adjusted a few things. And what was really nice with that, it wasn't just Candace. It was our other players who were rotating to her as well. And the most important thing is finishing it with a rebound. And for me, being +6 tonight on the boards was huge, because you can put all that work in and then don't complete the deal and pick up your paycheck with a rebound. So it starts with Candace, and it kind of trickled to everyone else.
With Natalie, she didn't have the best game on Wednesday night. 5 fouls, no points. Tonight she rebounded with her career high. Just how critical was her coming back out and having a strong night tonight?
I thought it was huge. And what's interesting for Natalie is that she may not have a great game on this stat sheet, but she always manages to have a screen assist. She always manages to make the correct roll, be it a short roll or a bump, and then 3 people guard her. And you know that because, she's a cerebral player. And I like that the points doesn't bother her. She still remains relevant, but I really enjoy Natalie in terms of her basketball IQ as a post player. So I'm happy she bounced back, and she feels good about it.
You guys were up 3 on that last possession defensively. Just coming off of an overtime loss, what did you tell the ladies there before the defensive player?
It's one of those things where you don't want to, what's the word? It was basically, we're going to be solid. We're not going to do anything. This is a game-winning possession. A lot of times people talk about game-winning possessions on offense. We know the players. We know the schemes. We had a pretty good idea of some of the actions they would try to run because we played them 3 times in 3 weeks. And it was just a matter of, if you're guarding the ball, you're pressuring the ball, then it's KYP, know your personnel. And like Sue comes off, you want to make her put it on the floor. And we're like, don't foul. And it was nice to see they ran some really good action. And she didn't get the first one off, had to force something up. So I was really proud of them for that.
There was a moment near the end of the third quarter where Erica walked off and basically leaned on you and you talked for a minute. Do you remember what you two were saying to each other?
I'll keep it there. You know, a couple of things that I did say. You know, I said, I love the fact that you're tired. You know, I said, just breathe for a couple of minutes, 'cause that's all you get. I'm going to go back with you. And she was literally gassed. You know, she had scored a really difficult basket, and I said, I know you wanted to just lay down on the court for about 30 seconds, but you got up and you gave me one more possession. You know, we always talk about bringing energy, bringing the juice, and that's what she brought tonight.